Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are doing swell. Welcome to Top Knockouts episode 16, UFC 319 edition, in a series where prior to a pay-per-view event and prior to a fight night event, I take a look at every single fighter participating on the main card of that event. Now, you will be happy to hear I don't look at every fighter and I think, I look at every fighter and I look at their UFC resume because I have to pick their best knockout win within the UFC. It has to be within the UFC, right? So the finale of the Ultimate Fighter counts, however, the rest doesn't, and Dana White's Contender Series doesn't count either. And after picking every fighter's best knockout win within the UFC, every main card fighter, I then make a list. And then I pick the best knockout out of all of those knockouts. And I hope this makes sense because in my head, I am cooking right now. Now, every fighter only gets one best knockout win because of guys like Alex Pereira and Ilia Topuria. Because if this is not the case, then whenever those guys fight, this video will basically just be a montage of their UFC careers. Now, I'm not necessarily opposed to something like that. However, we have to give credit where it's due and have to give recognition to other fighters because every week there are some ungodly, diabolical knockouts. And it's beautiful. Now, some fighters make it extremely difficult to pick the best knockout win within the UFC because they have so many insane knockouts. And on the other side of the spectrum, some make it extremely easy because they exclude themselves from this list completely because they don't have any knockout wins within the UFC. And I don't want to name anyone, but I kind of find it interesting that they're fighting in Chicago where there was a champion who had pillow hands. But that's basically it. So gonna bring you something special in this video. Now it's not Sydney Sweeney special, but it's Megan Fox Transformers special because I do think this card is going to be special. Trikas versus Hamza, Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico, Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates, MVP versus Jared Cannonier, Tim Elliott versus Kaya Sakuro. I think it's probably going to be the best card of the year.